Well, guys, good evening. Welcome to the second part of our second session. Just a few things like to refresh our memory about in the afternoon today. I sent you an email with the presentation that I used yesterday at the beginning of our session, of course. Just like to refresh your memory. I think that up to this point, you already noticed that I use exactly the same message. The only difference is the presentation, but it's pretty much the same. I hope that you keep like track of these emails. Very general aspects, the evaluation part, talking about the speaking part, and of course the link that is gonna take you to the folder that has the materials of the sessions and all the other information that is relevant for you. Also the one related to the links of the recordings, the emails, the aspects to keep in mind, and that's it. So if you want to have a look at the folder that we usually use, it is going to be in that part. Okay, just like to refresh your memory. And guys, before we actually start, we will be working tonight on pages 14 and 15. Remember that we had a mini homework. Yesterday, we were reading about siblings rivalries, and the idea was to complete these expressions. I know that it doesn't seem like something very relevant, but it is more related to those aspects of vocabulary. And what I actually consider important in this exercise in particular is because it looks a little bit to one point of the exam where you have to complete the text with grammatical words. So in case that we find something that is related to these expressions, hopefully that rings a bell and you refresh your memory and you use these expressions. We are going to check the homework, but first I'm gonna take attendance. Let me find the chart. Well, it's not a chart, it's actually an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Today is the 5th. Gerson Arismendi.
Hi, teacher.
Hi. Keiner Baez.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay. Jean-Claude Barrera.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jessit Calderon.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Natalia Camargo. Natalia. Well, she will let us know, hopefully. Andrés Camilo Correa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Corredor. Andrés Felipe. Let's see the chat. Natalia, there you are. Well, don't worry, Natalia. We will eventually know about Andrés Felipe. Silvia Natalia Cuellar.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Johan Alberto Duque.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Elkin Darío Fernández. Not here for the moment, but yes. Claro que Andrés Felipe, claro que sí. Julián Jesús Figueroa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Listo, Andrés. Ginette Valentina Fontecha.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Carlos Andrés Galán.
Present, teacher. Teacher,
Okay.
I have a problem with the start in my computer. The restriction in meeting are or no?
Is there a restriction? Not really. But well, you are here. What restriction did you have?
Only can
Carlos.
start with my cell phone, not with my computer.
That's weird because, well, I see here, for example, 2 sessions from Julian. I don't know. Julian, do
Okay.
you have one from your cell phone and one from your computer? Sorry for asking.
Sorry?
In your case, you have like 2 sessions open, right?
Yes, yes,
Is it one from your computer and one from your cell phone?
yes.
Ah, okay, thank you. But Carlos, we don't know what the problem is then.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Let's continue with the attendance. Mabel Juliet Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. José Alejandro Gómez. Not here for the moment. Lizeth Carolina Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Okay, there you are. So technically, let me see the chat.
Teacher?
Jose, there you are.
Sorry, see, I'm here. My
Okay.
microphone is off.
Don't worry.
Was off.
Was off. Now it isn't. Absolutely. Okay, so the only one that is absent for the moment is Elkin. Let's go back. Let me check. Well, very good, guys. The idea was to check this assignment, as I was telling you. It may look like just typical sentence, but always projecting that this may appear on that part of the exam where you have to write down those grammatical words to complete, you know? So that is why I insisted a little bit on assigning this as a homework. We can check it very fast, of course. We already had number 1. It was, she's jealous of her sister's appearance. How did you complete number 2, Andres Correa?
Okay, teacher number 2.
Mhm.
She wait, let me see. They are always comparing against each other.
Well, actually the wording, because it is from the text, they are not using against. They use another conjunction.
If I don't know, they're for by each other.
No, Andres, you're improvising.
Yeah.
Like you are just giving me a set of prepositions to see which one fits and let's see if Andres Felipe has the one. Remember that this was on the text. Technically, we didn't have like to, let's say, guess. I know that the text was long, right? Do you have the second one, Andres Felipe?
They always competing to each other.
Again?
To each other.
To each other? No.
They're always competing.
Julian, let's see if he can help us.
With
With each other.
Uh,
That was the expression that was being used. Could you write it down in the chat, Julian, please? Now, you put the number and then the word that you used. Carlos, do you have number 3? Carlos? Maybe still having problems with the connection. Jeanette, do you have number 3?
She feels threatened to her sisters for her sister's academy abilities.
It's not 4. The pronunciation, well, it is a tricky word, right? Threatened. Let's see. Natalia, help us. What do you have in number 3?
Bye.
Very good. Could you write it down in the chat? You put 3
Yes.
and the word by. noise in my neighborhood. Number 4, Jean-Claude, what do you have?
Sorry, teacher, I didn't have time to do the homework.
Okay, that's sad. Let's have a look at extra help. Gerson, what do you have in number 4?
No, teacher, I haven't the answer. Sorry.
I don't have the answer. Natalia, yes, thank you. What do you have in number 4?
Teacher, have. They don't have a lot in common.
Very good. Put it in the chat, please. Julian, what about number 5? Julian?
Each other. Me?
Yes, Julian. Do you have number 5?
Number 4 is they loaded each other.
Very good. Put it in the chat, please. Painter, do you have number 6?
No, teacher, sorry. Yo no estuve en la clase ayer y no repasé o no averigüé qué vieron ayer.
Y no vio las 4 horas de gracia. No, mentiras, Painter. I know. That
Lo
can be
siento.
difficult. Okay. Jessie is gonna help us with number 6.
They are always putting each other down.
Very good. That's the one. Please, Jessie, send it to the chat.
Okay.
Lizette, what about number 7?
They fell out permanently.
That's it. Very good. Put it in the chat, Lizette. And number 8, Mavely.
Number 8,
Yes.
she feels inferior to her sister.
Very good. Send it to the chat, please. Let me check the answers in the chat to make sure that they are the ones that we were expecting. Con el numerito. Very good. And number 2 with. 3 by. And 4 half. Bueno, sí, el numerito Natalia lo puso. 5 each. 6 down. 7 out and 8 two. Very good. Yeah, guys. Well, I know that this can take a few minutes of your day, but that's the idea. You know, usually in some cases, these are the words that we have to use to complete the statements, right? The statements, I mean, that part of the exam. I know that is not the only part of the exam, of course, but usually those grammatical words tend to be a little bit tricky. You know, like the preposition, and we start like guessing a little bit on which are the words to be used. Well, guys, thank you very much, especially for the ones that managed to have the time. If you didn't, well, I know that you are really, really busy. Well, guys, of course, we continue working on our unit 1. We're going to jump a little bit tonight because we will be working on pages 14 and 15, okay? Basically, the idea of this session is to focus it a little bit on the speaking part. Yesterday, we worked a little. Remember that you had until 6 p.m. tonight to make any adjustments on the activity that we did yesterday. I'm sure that in general aspects, you didn't make a lot of adjustments. Just keep in mind like that gap or that, not gap, that time frame that we have when we do our activities in class. So this picture that we have here on page 14 is the same that I use here in my presentation. I want you to look at the photo and I would like you to answer this question. I'm going to send you the link to Mentimeter, of course. And the question says, who do you turn to if you need a sympathetic listener and why? Okay. The idea, guys, of course, if you consider it like a kind of personal question, is to keep it anonymous. You don't have to give your name. I know that for some of you, this could be something a little bit sensitive. Once again, no, I haven't said it. Usually at the beginning of the sessions, I ask you not to be too descriptive. Eventually, during the development of the session, I would ask you to give me more information. But based on the photo that we have on page 14, I want you to share who you turn to if you need a sympathetic listener and why. Could be someone from your family, or maybe you want to say the name of the person. But of course, like the important part that I want you to share is why you always talk to that person when you need that sympathetic listener. Okay? Yes, Sylvia, tell me.
Teacher, what is the meaning of do you turn? Do you turn to? I don't know what is the meaning like.
Well, we can't take it that literal, but basically, like the general meaning will be like the person that you would choose. Let's put it like that. Like the
Okay,
one
teacher.
that you always go to. Yeah, that is going to be more like the intention on this part. Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. Probably looks like a lot of time, but I know that this type of questions requires us to think a little bit more, especially because of the information that you are also going to share, that is the why. Let's see. The person that you always turn to, that's expression, when you need a sympathetic listener. Guys, is the link working? There is already one answer. Very good. 5 minutes starting now. suggestion was to keep it anonymous, of course. I don't want you to feel like pressure or something. Let's see. And also we have the chance to check some aspects of grammar and spelling to keep in mind for the future, of course. My best friend, se nos escapó la D. He's the only person who can put in my position. He's the only person who can put in my position. Que se puede poner, I guess that was your point. Who can put himself. In this case, we need the reflective. Give me a second. Yeah, who can put himself in my position. Él se puede poner en mi posición. Okay, good. Let's continue. I always talk to my mom because she's very understanding and affectionate. She always knows what to say to make me feel better or to make me understand what I did wrong or right. Okay, very good. My girlfriend or my mother because I have confidence. I have confidence. Remember that this word in English is a little bit tricky. When we say that we are confident, it's because we feel sure about something. It's different to say tengo confianza. Okay? Look that up. I turn to my husband because he's very intelligent and calm and always gives me good advice. I prefer don't talk to anyone. I prefer not to talk to anyone. Okay? That's valid too, of course. I turn to my best friend because she is mentally mature, she has emotional responsibility, and she knows me very well. She supported me in many times in the past, okay? I always turn to my mom because she listens to me and gives me the best advice. I always turn to two of my best friends I have known since 2006, and the three of us have always helped each other. We understand each other's position. It's like the brothers that I never have. I never had. Nunca tuve. I will try to listen very carefully without judging what they tell me. But that's not the answer of the question. Like, well, probably you were putting yourself in the position of being the listener, but in this case, what the opposite? The person that you would look for in case that you need someone to listen you to. My friend, because she cares about me and she's always for me when I need her. She's objective and always speaks honestly. I am going to a psychologist because they have a training in the ability to listen to other people and give good advice. Okay. My friends and my mom. My friends are more logical, just like me. And my mom is more sensitive. I think it's good to have different perspectives. Interesting points of view, guys. Thank you very much for sharing your ideas. Notice that everybody had like a different point of view, right? Related to the person that you turn to when you need a sympathetic listener, that person that actually is going to help us when we need someone for advice. Let's have a look at our book. Guys, remember that we're working on page 14. In this case, we're going to do a listening task. Remember, guys, take notes. I want to read the instruction for you. Listen to 3 short conversations and answer the questions. Guys, you have to answer the 3 questions for the 3 conversations. Make sure that you collect those aspects for all the questions. Well, the questions, no. All the conversation that we're going to listen to. Let's read the questions that we have in here. Jeanette, could you read please questions 1, 2, and 3?
Yes, teacher. First, what is the person's problem in each case? Second, is the listener very sympathetic, reasonably sympathetic, or not very sympathetic? And third, what suggestions does he or she make?
Okay, sympathetic. Be careful with the accent because you were saying like sympathetic, and suggestions. Okay, so thank you, Jeanette. As you noticed, we have to answer the 3 questions for all of them. My piece of advice, very respectfully as usual, is to take some notes because you will have to give me the answer for all the conversations. Make sure in the second one, the second question, you only have to choose among the three of them. You don't have to give me extra information. For example, if you consider that is very sympathetic, that's the answer. That's it. Or not very sympathetic. That's it. In the others, I mean in 1 and number 3, well, we have to provide more information because in 1, they are talking about the problem. And in 3, the suggestion that the friend is offering. Of course, we're going to listen twice. It takes more than 3 minutes. I hope and I think that it will be more than enough. Guys, did you have any questions about the instructions?
Yes, teacher. O sea, there are many cases, and in each case, the name of the problem.
There are 3 situations. So
Okay.
there are 3 problems. You have to decide how the listener behaves and the 3 suggestions. Any other question, guys? Okay, let's listen twice.
Recording 13. 1.
And most of the people there seem very friendly, so yeah, all that side of things is fine.
Good.
It's just that, well, I don't want to sound as if I'm moaning already or anything, but I've got a bit of a problem with my boss somehow. It's a bit hard to explain. When you first meet her, she seems perfectly nice. You know, good fun and young and everything. But I don't know. She's got this way of kind of ignoring whatever I say. She doesn't actually criticize me, not openly, but she just doesn't seem to take any of my suggestions very seriously.
Oh, how annoying.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be her assistant manager, not some junior who doesn't know anything about the job.
That sounds awful. Have you tried talking to anyone else about it? Or to her even?
Well, I don't know. I don't feel as if I'm really well enough established there yet.
2.
Well, if we hurry, we might just get there. Oh no.
What's the matter?
Look at the traffic, it's just solid. Oh, I don't believe it. I mean, how is anyone supposed to get around?
Okay, calm down.
Will you stop telling me to calm down? It is so annoying. Oh, come on, will you?
Look, there's no point in getting upset about it. It's rush hour. There's bound to be a lot of traffic.
Yes, and when we turn up an hour late, I can imagine they're going to be really happy about it.
Okay, come on. We're not going to be an hour late. I tell you what, I'll give them a call and tell them we're stuck in traffic, okay?
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's not much else we can do, is there? Short of buying a private helicopter. I mean, the traffic in this town is just absolutely ridiculous.
3. Hello?
Simon, it's Linda here.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
There's a bit of a crisis, actually. That's why I'm ringing. I don't know what to do.
Oh, dear. You haven't locked yourself out again, have you?
No, it's Tony.
Oh, Tony?
He should have been back hours ago. I mean, he's always here when I get in from work, always. And he's just not here. He's disappeared.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm sure he'll come back. He always does, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you never know what might have happened. I mean, he's not used to being out on his own.
Have you looked under the bed? That's where he was last time.
Of course I have. No, he's not in the flat. He's gone. I just don't know where.
Look, Linda, try not to worry about it. He's probably out with one of his girlfriends or something. Have you called him? He could be in the garden.
Yeah, I've looked everywhere. He's not in any of his usual places.
Unit 1, recording 13. 1.
And most of the people there seem very friendly, so yeah, All that side of things is fine.
Good.
It's just that, well, I don't want to sound as if I'm moaning already or anything, but I've got a bit of a problem with my boss somehow. It's a bit hard to explain. When you first meet her, she seems perfectly nice. You know, good fun and young and everything. But I don't know. She's got this way of kind of ignoring whatever I say. She doesn't actually criticise me, not openly, but she just doesn't seem to take any of my suggestions very seriously.
Oh, how annoying.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be her assistant manager, not some junior who doesn't know anything about the job.
That sounds awful. Have you tried talking to anyone else about it? Or to her even?
Well, I don't know. I don't feel as if I'm really well enough established there yet.
2.
Well, if we hurry, we might just get there. Oh no.
What's the matter?
Look at the traffic. It's just solid. Oh, I don't believe it. I mean, how is anyone supposed to get around?
Okay, calm down.
Will you stop telling me to calm down? It is so annoying. Oh, come on, will you?
Look, there's no point in getting upset about it. It's rush hour. There's bound to be a lot of traffic.
Yes, and when we turn up an hour late, I can imagine they're going to be really happy about it.
Okay, come on. We're not going to be an hour late. I tell you what, I'll give them a call and tell them we're stuck in traffic, okay?
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's not much else we can do, is there? Short of buying a private helicopter. I mean, the traffic in this town is just absolutely ridiculous.
3. Hello?
Simon, it's Linda here.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
There's a bit of a crisis, actually. That's why I'm ringing. I don't know what to do.
Oh, dear. You haven't locked yourself out again, have you?
No, it's Tony.
Oh, Tony?
He should have been back hours ago. I mean, he's always here when I get in from work, always. And he's just not here. He's disappeared.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm sure he'll come back. He always does, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you never know what might have happened. I mean, he's not used to being out on his own.
Have you looked under the bed? That's where he was last time.
Of course I have. No, he's not in the flat. He's gone. I just don't know where.
Look, Linda, try not to worry about it. He's probably out with one of his girlfriends or something. Have you called him? He could be in the garden.
Yeah, I've looked everywhere. He's not in any of his usual places.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to organize your ideas. I'm sure that you took some notes, probably some phrases. Then after that, we're going to check the answers. So remember, 2 minutes to organize the information that you have just written, starting now. Okay. Let's begin with conversation number 1. Keiner, in conversation 1, what is the person's problem?
With his boss in the first meeting, he thinks that she looks perfectly nice and young, but the boss not listen to him. He thinks she's annoying and she doesn't know how to deal with the boss.
Okay. Doesn't listen to him. Very good. What about the second question in this case? Lisette, how sympathetic is the listener from your perspective?
I think it's very sympathetic.
Absolutely. And Mabeli, what about the third question? What are the suggestions offered? Mabeli? Well, let's see the chat. Okay. Natalia, what about the suggestions from the first listener?
Teacher, try to talking to anyone else about or to her boss.
His boss. It was
His
a man.
boss, yeah.
Very good. Yeah, basically that was the suggestion at the end of the day. Okay. To talk to someone, even possibly to his boss. Very good. Let's have a look at conversation number 2. Sylvia, what's the problem?
And the number 2, the person, well, she got mad because of traffic jam.
Absolutely. Jessit, in your opinion, how sympathetic is the guy she's talking to?
In the second case, the listener is very sympathetic.
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 Okay. And what are the suggestions, Andres Correa?
Okay, teacher, I'm not sure, but the listener was not very sympathetic and he suggests to get it helicopter. I think so, but I'm not sure. No,
he doesn't say that. Actually, that is her because she's very annoyed. She said that the only solution is to get a helicopter.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the listener, the woman that is driving. The guy actually, he is being sympathetic, you know. He offers a more like rounded suggestion. Let's see if Andres Felipe can help
but
us.
I think he sounds a little rude with her, but
the thing about the helicopter was her idea, not his.
Yes, he suggests that she can look at his girlfriends or maybe at the garden.
We're talking about conversation 2, Andres.
I was a little bit lost.
Mm-hmm.
Let me remember. No, I'm lost completely.
Mm-hmm. Carlos, what about the suggestions in conversation number 2?
Yes, teacher, I don't have the sure, but I can listen the turn later the meeting later.
Okay.
One. Yes, the solution is start later. Is maybe the answers.
Yes, Carlos. Yeah, actually, that's a good way to summarize it. Like to start later the meeting. First, like calling the people that are waiting for them. That would mean to start it later.
Okay.
That was the idea. Thank you, Carlos. And let's have a look at the third conversation. Jeanette, what's her problem?
Yes, teacher. She didn't know what to do because his pet, I think, Tony, is her pet. Tony is disappeared.
Has disappeared. Yeah, we don't really know if it is a dog or a cat, but it is definitely a pet. Very good, Jeanette. How sympathetic is the guy, Jean-Claude?
I think the guy is reasonably sympathetic.
Yeah, he doesn't look that worried, but he's not being like cold either, right? So he's like in the middle. Good. And Gerson, the suggestions that he provides for her dog or cat, we don't really know.
Okay, teacher, he said that don't worry, she should search in your bed and garden, I think.
Under her bed.
Her
Very
bed.
good.
Or maybe the pet should be with friends, with boyfriend, sorry.
Well, he said girlfriends, so we can assume that it is like a male pet.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much. Different situations, probably from our perspective, some could be more complicated than the others. But at the end of the day, like the intention of this exercise was to see the interaction of the people, one being really worried about a situation and the other one trying to be a little bit helpful. Okay, here in our book, we have some expressions, to keep in mind, like how to respond to certain situations. Of course, there are many, many more, but the idea with this type of expressions is like, let's expand our vocabulary and let's not use always like the same expressions, like, oh, really? That usually is the one that people tend to use the most. Johan, could you read the first set of expressions that we have in here, please?
Yes, teacher. You must be ready or worried.
Worried.
Don't take any notice of him, her. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Try not to worry about it. Just ignore him, her, he, him. And there is no point in getting upset.
Upset. Okay. Let's have a look at the second set of expressions that we have in here. Jose, could you read them, please? Jose. Well, say hello to Jose. Julian.
The second.
The second column.
That's. Sorry. Okay. That sounds awful. How annoying. Shut up. Never mind. Calm down. What a shame.
What a shame. That's it. Thank you, Julian. Okay, guys, from these expressions that we have in here, any question related to vocabulary, like to clarify what they mean?
Maybe sure. Follow? Okay.
Yes.
Shut up. What a shame.
What a shame is also a way to say like that's terrible, Como que mal, maybe. And cheer up is like anímese. Como levantar el ánimo. Goes more on that line.
Teacher, what a shame.
Qué mal. Goes on that intention, like you are saying that something is terrible and you feel like sad about it. That is the intention of what a shame. Let's say like the most similar translation would be like qué mal.
O también se podría hacer como que qué pena, o algo así como que.
Sí, qué pena, pero de algo malo, no de qué pena, de qué vergüenza.
Sí.
Ujú. Okay. Well, guys, as you can imagine, of course, tonight you are going to create a conversation. I'm going to send you to breakout rooms. In your groups, guys, well, it's what I took from the page 14, of course. You are going to choose one of the situations presented in the exercise 3, and you're going to prepare a conversation similar to the ones that you listened. Remember, in the conversations, we could see like, first, there was this person sharing the situation, the other person listening, giving some advice, the other person like receiving the advice. At some point, the person, because was a little bit desperate, not accepting the advice, then the listener trying to convince the other person to get the advice. So notice how the dynamic of the conversation was, like presenting the problem, advice, rejecting, then getting advice one more time. So it is not just like to complete the conversation and that's it. Make sure that there is the problem that you are going to choose, and actually there is going to be a piece of advice presented. Okay. Let's see the situations. Of course, guys, you will choose them in your groups. Kainer, please, could you read 1, 2, and 3, please?
Yes, teacher. 1. A visitor to your house is embarrassed because he's spilled his drink. 2. A child tells you that his best friend said something unkind to him. 3. Your best friend phones because she's had a row with her boyfriend.
That's it. Let's look at 4, 5, 6, and 7. Lisette, could you read them, please?
Your friend is in tears at the end of a sad film. Your friend is worried because his mother is going into hospital. Everyone is laughing at your friend's new hairstyle. Your friend is too scared to go to the dentist by herself.
Very good. Everyone is laughing. Well, before we go to the breakout rooms, any questions related to vocabulary? No questions, no questions. Okay, let me create the groups. Give me a moment. I think, sorry. Okay, I think that I have already managed creating the groups. You will be working in groups of 3 participants. Remember, guys, the first thing that you're going to do is to choose which of these will be like the topics of your conversations. It doesn't matter if group number 1, number 2 have the same topic. In your group, of course, choose what you think would be better from your perspective. The idea, guys, is that you are going to write down the conversation. The slide that you are going to choose, that is a slide that corresponds to the number of the group that you will be having. Because I was adjusting, I eliminated one group. It would be group 4. And I can make the adjustment. Yes, very good. Sorry, I'm taking more time than the usual, but I hope that the ones that are having problems with the connection and the microphone can participate in the different groups that you will be working with. Okay, so there is a link to do the, well, to write down the conversation. Guys, could you let me know if the link is working properly? It takes you to the proper slide.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, Julian, I noticed that you're twice. Okay. Yeah, that is why I was taking more time, like making sure that the devices and stuff, you won't have problems with the slides. Excellent. Well, remember, guys, that anyway, the topics are on the book in case that you forget. Let me make sure that you can share your screen. Guys, in total, you are going to have 20 minutes because each group has 3 participants. So first of all, make sure that everybody can participate like equally. And then, well, after choosing the problem, also make sure that we can see the interaction that there is a problem, and then we have sympathetic people providing suggestions for that solution. Okay, that would be it. Let's start. I'm gonna send you to your breakout rooms starting now.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Jeanette, I sent you to group 3.
Thank you.
Well, guys, welcome back. As you noticed, I added 5 more minutes. Of course, I always like pick on what you are writing down. And some of you continued providing ideas. So what was the point of cutting your inspiration, you know? That is why I decided to add more minutes, even though some of you are still working on that. Let me check one thing first. Here in the chat. Okay, this. Okay, guys. What we're gonna, of course, you are going to act your conversation. Let's put it like that. And I want you to pay attention to something in particular while you guys present the conversations, which is like the final, let's say, assignment in this case. The idea, guys, is that based on how the conversation is created, you are going to, let's say, decide from each conversation if the listener is sympathetic or not, okay? That is basically the idea. So it is not only for you guys to present it, of course, that is like the key point, but also you guys, you're gonna pay attention to all the conversations, and then we will see in which of those 5 conversations the listeners were actually being sympathetic. That is something that I really need you to pay attention to, okay? Well, let me go back to our presentation. I'm gonna put it in this mode. I hope it works. Or am I termina en you? Listo, sí. Okay, so let's begin with the first group. We have Andres Felipe, Natalia, and Jean-Claude. So guys, let's start.
Okay, teacher.
Well, guys, how did you like the movie?
Oh, I really liked the movie. It was very interesting.
I didn't like the movie
Why didn't you like it, Andres? I think it will be one of my favorite movies.
because this movie reminded me of my dad.
Oh, sorry, Andres. What happened to your dad?
My dad died in the same circumstance as the protagonist of this film. This movie made me remember when my dad suffered when he died.
What a shame, Andres. I'm sorry. I try to understand you, and I know that watch this movie must be difficult for you.
Cheer up, Andres. Try not to think about it. How about we go eat something in your favorite restaurant?
Yes, it's a good idea, Andres. Try not to worry about it. We are here for you.
Thanks, friends. This cheered me up. I don't know what I will do without you guys.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry. It's because I didn't see the final. Okay. I hadn't seen that final part, what I would do without you. But that is the end, or do you have something extra to add, guys?
No,
that's
teacher.
it.
Okay, very good. It was good, of course, with a lot of movements. Just a couple of things, a couple of periods, you know, at the end of all the statements. Remind me of my dad. The pronunciation in this case, Andres, because it's plural, circumstance would be singular, circumstances, okay?
Circumstances.
So we feel like the plural pronunciation, let's put it like that. And my dad suffered when he died.
Teacher, in this case, I have a question. In this case, because it's circumstance as the protagonist, in English they use like como, no sé, las unen las palabras, no. Porque me pregunta, pero qué pena que yo hable en español. Hay palabras que terminan en vocal y empieza termina en consonante y empieza en vocal. Y, o sea, ¿sí a las pegan o en ese caso no se pegan?
Yeah, it happens. You know, that is called linking.
Linking.
So, and that is like one of the Let's say most common rules in terms of phonetics. As you said, it finishes with a consonant and then it begins with a vowel. You put it together. So sometimes that is why it looks like they are all like, or there isn't like a space between the words. It's because actually it isn't.
Ahí sería como circunstancias,
Circumstances as,
circunstancias.
exactly. Very good.
Thank you.
And in this part, I know that watch this movie, I know that watching, okay? Because then this second part begins with a verb, so it has to go with ing, or I know that to watch this movie must be difficult for you. When we begin a sentence with a verb, we have those two possibilities. It's something que les contaba el otro día. Si sale subrayadito, es porque tiene algo que revisar. Perfect, guys. Thank you very much. Let's go now with group number 2. We have Carlos, Johan, and Mabeli. Okay, that's short, but okay.
Hello, guys. I have bad news. My mother is sick. She has symptoms of COVID-19.
Hello, Molly. I recommend that you take care of her at home and not take her to the hospital until she really needs it. My mother also had COVID and recovered at home. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. In a couple of days, everything will be back to normal.
Hi, Mary. Mary, you should take your mother to the doctor and give her finger, water, lemon, and cinnamon.
Thank you, guys. I agree with Johan. I'm going to take my mom to the hospital.
Okay. Well, guys, it looks like you are people of few words. Notice that the interventions were like minimum. Johan, ginger, the pronunciation. So keep it in mind. And yeah, that is a good tea, ginger with lemon and cinnamon. Let's have a look at the next group. That is group number 3. I hope that all the information is on the chart. Yes, okay. Maybe I'm gonna. So when I put it like in presentation mode, everything appears. Let me see. We have Gerson, we have Jose, and we have Jeanette. Well, guys, go.
Yeah, teacher.
Teacher. Hi
Yes.
guys. Fortunately, you attend my video call. I need talk with you.
Jeanette, what happened? What have happened? Jose, are you here? I think not. Okay.
Okay.
What a
I
surprise.
had a big row with Carlos, my boyfriend, because he said a lie, and I will always have trust into him.
Hola, sí estoy acá, perdón, es que el micrófono no me encendía.
Ok,
Ya.
dale con el 3.
Dale.
Okay, oh my God, have you?
That sounds awful. How was your react in that moment?
Well, first I was surprised because I didn't realize that he was acting behind my back, and I hate the lies.
Yes, I have actually. That was a bad fight for him, but don't worry, my dear. You should keep calm and don't think about it.
Okay, well, anyway, it is normal that you trusted her. We usually trust the people we love, and it is not your fault that he lied to you.
Besides, if it is a very serious lie, I think you can trust him again.
The important thing is that you know how to handle your feelings and recognize that you didn't do anything wrong.
I'll try to take well, Also, I only want to stay quiet and peaceful.
I know you will.
Yes, and remember that we will stay to help you. See you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Well, let's check a couple of things in terms of spelling as well and punctuation. Notice, hi, guys, comma. Fortunately, my video call, I need. Remember that when we have two verbs, with need, we have two possibilities. I need to talk, probably would be the most common possibility. Let me make the correction immediately. I need to talk with you. Hi, Jeanette, comma. What have happened? Yes, comma. Tell us. I had a big row with Carlos, my boyfriend, because he said a lie and I always have trusting to him. I notice that in this case it is present perfect. Well, the position also. I have always, bueno, entonces cambian eso. Trusted him. Not ing, it's present perfect. Siempre he confiado en él, ¿no? I assume that's what you mean. Oh my God, have you? Bueno, están practicando lo de las preguntas. Ay, ¿qué me pasó? I'm tired. That sounds awful. Piensa que después de la coma no se pone mayúscula, ¿no? What do you mean in this case? Esa era lo que quería preguntar. How was your react? ¿Cuál era la idea acá?
Como, o sea, ¿cómo
¿Cómo
reaccionaste?
reaccionó? Ok, listo. Entonces no es was, es did. Remember,
Okay.
guys? Verb to be, we would use it in case that we were talking about anything in progression, as you remember. But as you already told me, ¿cómo reaccionó? Estamos hablando de reaccionando. Because I didn't realize. Yes, I have actually, that was, acá está también. Yes, I have actually, that was a bad fact for him. I would eliminate this. That was a bad fact for him because what do you mean? I have actually. What is the idea of that phrase, guys?
Oye, es en realidad.
Y el have. Entonces, esto se va. But don't worries. ¿Por qué worries con ese? I think we're tired. Don't worry, my dear. You should keep calm and don't think about it. Okay, concordancia. Notice that you said her and then he.
Creo que eso fue error de tipeo más que porque sí lo
tuvieron en cuenta.
Ajá.
Okay. Just like to keep that in mind. Yeah, I think that was the situation. People we love and it's not different and he like to besides. Yeah, those are the comments that I had. Very good. Well, guys, keep in mind those things that we were discussing.
Profe, ¿te puedo pedir un
Señor.
favor?
Yes.
¿Tú me podrías silenciar? Es que tengo pegado el botón y, y no.
Ok, José Luis, entonces aproximo a silenciarlo en ese momento.
Dale, gracias.
Okay, let's continue with group number 4. Let me put it in presentation mode. That's a nice picture. Go. Silvia, decide okay.
Hey guys, what's happening?
They are laughing about Juan David's new hairstyle.
Yes, I'm feeling so bad. I want to go home.
They are so mean. Try not to worry about it. You know how they are. Always want attention.
It's true. They are immature. Juan, don't take any notice of them. If you like it, that's the important thing.
Everyone is speaking about me. I don't feel well. It is a normal hairstyle.
But you know, at least you have the courage to experiment and change your style. They don't even have that. Shut up.
Just ignore them. I think you look nice. You should never be ashamed of who you are.
Thank you, girls. You are a good friends. I feel better now. I won't change my style.
Okay, very good. Just a little few things. This wanna. When we use wanna, well, of course, it's like the informal form of want to. But anyway, that means that after wanna or after want to, like in this case, we have a verb. We have to place a verb. So in this case, or we need a verb, or we use only one, because that will be want attention. So I don't know if you are planning on putting a verb or then using only the verb want. Sorry?
Okay, okay.
And
No, I put wanna because I don't know. I just put one.
Yeah, like talking about that one, but just like attention is a noun. So my pen. Okay, it's gone. And the pronunciation immature in this case. And finally, you are good friends. It's plural. Remember that we use a when we're talking about singular ideas. And notice that in this case, you're talking to the, in this case, Sylvia and Lisette. So to keep alignment in number, you are good friends. Okay, guys. Very good. I think I didn't miss anything else. And well, guys, last but not least, of course, we have Julian, Yesid, and Andres.
Okay, teacher. Okay. Hi, Julian.
Hello, Andres. What are you doing here? What's wrong?
Okay, I'm not really good. I'm really worried, actually.
Are you? Why?
So I came here because my mother has been going to the hospital lately. She's been feeling really sick with a high fever and breathing problems.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What do the doctor have told you?
Oh, nothing yet. Oh, but look, he's coming.
Who are Mary's relatives?
It's me, doctor. Please tell me, how's my mother? Is she okay?
Hi, guys. Calm down. She's fine. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. She has nothing serious. She just needs to rest.
Okay, doctor. That's the good news, doctor. But if you need something, please let me know.
It's okay. Calm down. But she will stay in the hospital tonight, and she could return to home tomorrow.
Okay, I got it, doctor.
I hope so too. Is there anything? Can I do help or support you during this time?
Thank you, Julian. I really appreciate that. I think I just hope she's okay and can come to home with me soon.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Andres, let me know if you need something. I will be attentive for your car. Bye-bye.
That's okay, mate. I will be in touch with you, and I hope that our next meeting is in a better place. Have a good one, bro. The best for you. Bye, Julian. And doctor, thanks a lot for your help, and I will be attentive for any good news.
You're welcome, guys. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Yeah, there is more in here. I didn't see it. But okay, you were saying it, so that was it. Let me move it a little bit. Sorry. Well, guys, there are some capital letters that we don't need, like in this case, my mother. Of course, after period, we have to use it. Make changes in doctor, porque todas tienen doctor en mayúscula y no es necesario. Has been going to the hospital lately. This question, what do the doctor have told you? What do you mean?
Como que te ha dicho el doctor.
Ah, ¿qué ha dicho? Como es do, pareciera que fuera presente. Entonces, más bien sería, what has the doctor told you? Ahí sí nos queda que ha dicho. Because do is present simple, right? What has the doctor told you? Nothing yet, but look, he's coming. Who are Maria's relatives? Pilas aquí donde colocaron la comita. La comita quita acá. How is my mother? Is she okay? Y acá sí a la mayúscula porque va a punto. Y ahí sí. Viene con can. Okay. This one, you said, I hope so too. Maybe I hope so too. Period. Is there anything can I do? Is there anything can I do to help or support you during this time? Bueno, si le dar anything I can do, tendríamos que cambiarlo de puesto. What about to finish, guys? Okay, very good. Great. Well, guys, thank you very much. I know that this type of activities are really demanding because creativity and spelling, and notice that in some cases there are like really few things, but this can be stressful and especially up to this time. Well, in this case, because it was a conversation and we already corrected, no changes, no adjustments. Ya no se aceptan cambios, ya hicimos las correcciones y como quedó, quedó. ¿Listo? Guys, that would be all for tonight. As usual, thank you very much. Just a piece of advice. Start working on the virtual campus. Remember that it is already available. Next week, we will be talking about the arrangements for the speaking exam. Okay? Guys, have a good weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye,
bye, teacher.
teacher. See you Monday.
Take care, everybody.